Yeah, most
No, I think that
Latino
Mexican women. I hate to say this shit, but I gotta be real. I think that Mexican women understand that they expire somewhere around 29, 27, 29 years old.
Well, I'm not Mexican. I'm Dominican, but yes.
A lot of them expire. They start turning into linebackers and shit. I don't know what it is. That's the honest to God truth. A lot of Mexican women.
Yeah.
Not all, but a lot of them start turning into linebackers. They start, and I don't understand it because their legs be the same fucking size.
I saw this meme about Mexican women. I'm sorry in the chat if I offend you, my bad. I saw this meme that said most Mexican women either Selena or a refrigerator.
Well, hello. This is HQ in the house. And I am here to do a review of the Anton Daniels panel, which is the first time I'll probably be doing a review of a panel, right? And the panel was called No More Games. And it was mostly regarding, or not clip we're going to review, is a panel of mostly white women. And Anton is speaking to them, or they're having a conversation about, are women meant to be wives these days? And so we're going to get into the clip.
Do you guys think that most of these women nowadays are ready to be married?
I think that they ready at the wrong time. I feel like they need to be ready. Well, I'm gonna speak for the black culture. We need to be ready earlier than later. You understand that a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. And what I mean by that, in this aspect, you don't want to wait too long when your competition is getting greater and greater. You can be a 50-year-old man and you got motion or whatever you got going on. He can always find a woman that's his age or younger. When you're in your late 30s, 40s, and you single as a woman, it's going to get rough. Can't say you ain't going to find love, but you need to find that and try to capture that as soon as you get out of high school or out of college. I think that in our culture, we have been led to their mothers telling them, go to college, girl, get your coins, you ain't got to worry about no man, they'll be there. Our white counterparts are telling their daughters, yeah, girl, go get your degree, but make sure you come home with a husband degree. With that, we gotta break that system. That doesn't mean that the men need to mature too, which they do, but I think that our women need to have grace and know that y'all can grow together. He ain't gonna have everything day one. I think our society has made it think you gotta have everything ready right now, and it's clouding everything. And social media is messing up, making women think they're giving them hope that there's something better out there.
Okay. Anybody disagree?
Wait, first we gotta put this all into context. We as a society, us women period, have gotten more options than we've ever had before. We are the most free that we could ever be at this current moment. So since women, and that includes white women and that includes black women, are now starting to understand that they have autonomy, that they have options, they have many more options, and that being married is not really option A, because it was option A a long time ago. This is the reason why marriage rates are low. They're becoming lower. They're lowering and lowering and lowering. Even in the white community, black community, Hispanic, they're lowering because women are understanding that they don't have to get married just to have a beautiful, healthy, happy life. And some of them choose to have children and some of them don't. So the marriage rate in the African American community is like 31%. Yes, I get it. The marriage rate has been going down since the 2000s. I get that, beginning of the 2000s. But it's because women are waking up and saying, why should I get into a marriage where I'm constrained and I'm not being myself? We can look at the internet and women all over the internet, TikTok, you name it, crying because they got into a marriage too early. They got into a relationship, had children too early. And now The whole point is you have the freedom not to do that. That's why the marriage rates are lower. Has nothing to do with anything else. All of the women are eligible to do that, but they're just not wanting to. So it is what it is. Men have to convince women to come back to the table, and women are saying hell no. In droves, they're saying hell no.
I think women want to be ready, but I think the single women keep the women single. I think they want to be ready. I think they can be ready. But I think that a lot of women let other women get in their ear and tell them, no, you don't need to be married or be tied down. He don't need to be tied down. Why are you doing all of this? And he's not even wifing you. So I think they want to be. I think they have the potential to be wife material. I just think they let other women keep them single. I think especially older women do younger women a disservice.
I think it's a certain age frame of older women. I think the older women that 60 older, they don't give them the bad advice. They just don't listen to that woman at 60. The women that's in their late 40s and 50s are telling women, yeah, you don't need that. Boom, boom, not knowing they got cats in their future real soon.
Well, see, here's the problem. Here's the thing. Women don't need to be told how marriages are. The women these days understand that the marriages were shitty. Grandma's marriage was shitty. Mama's marriage was shitty. They all understand that. If they choose to get in it, and which is their desire to do it, regardless or not, then that's fine. Then they go into it with an open eye. They go into it with their eyes open. But the women who want to and need to stay single have more options. They're financially independent. They understand the divorce rate. There's no guarantee that that a man is not gonna cheat on her. No woman is signing up for that. No woman wants to get into a cage, no matter how comfortable that cage is. No woman wants to do that. So a lot of women are waking up. And it has nothing to do with the fact that they're not eligible to be wives. They're just making it impossible to become a wife because they don't see marriage as important.
It be some of these married women that be giving bad advice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just can't say it's just single women or older women, because some of these young women are crazy what they're doing. It's crazy how they're moving. They're going overseas, going to Dubai. They want 5 guys on a roster. They want to use men for their money. Then you got these old women that are in a horrible marriage, and now they're telling women do other things. So it's like, I just can't say it's just single women or older women or younger women. It's a lot of different types of women nowadays, just giving horrible.
It's got to be worth it. Is it worth it to be married? That's the whole point. Have men made it worthwhile for women to get married? And they haven't made it worthwhile. You have not made a compelling reason for women to come over and get married. It's not a matter of, oh, they're not wife worthy. It's a matter of you're not husband worthy. I posit you're not husband worthy because the older generation and most of these younger women who have been married and divorced have gotten out of these relationships, and people have said men don't know how to act right in these marriages. They don't know how to be loyal. They don't know how to keep their dick out of other women's hands. They don't know how to treat me right or X, Y, and Z. So if these women out here are telling them that, people are going to have to convince them to come back to the table and to get married. These women, I posit that these women are not concerned about being married anymore. So they're doing what they want to do. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what they're doing. So when people say, oh, you're not marriageable material, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. Because according to them, it's a trap anyway. According to them, it's a cage anyway.
What's that girl? What's that lady that's married and sorry?
No, go ahead.
On YouTube, and she has, oh gosh, she's married. Sprinkle, that lady. You see the advice that she gives that she's married? And she be having these women. I'm like, what? And these women be following her. These married women, single women. And she's a prime example. An older, Shira 7, whatever her name is. An older woman that's married. You said what, Anton?
No, I was just asking Rita something. My bad.
Hi, Rita. Yeah, so she's another example of it just doesn't come to single women or young women, or it's just they're all over the place.
Let me ask Robert a question. Why do you say that they get ready too late? What makes you think that they? All right, let me revise the question.
All right.
What makes you think that just because they want to get married later, that actually qualifies them to be a wife?
It don't qualify. You know what I mean? What I mean by that is they put their career first.
Listen. Honestly, I don't see any problem with a woman. I don't see any problem with a woman having a career.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I don't agree with women leading with their career in order to qualify themselves to be better. I just think that that's just being an adult and learning how to provide for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I personally don't believe that most women are wives today. I just don't. I personally don't. I don't care if they 20 and I don't care if they 40.
Why? Because they don't keep themselves chaste. And see, that argument would be amazing and it would be right on point if we were in the 1940s and 50s. But the sexual revolution, women having autonomy, women don't have to depend on a man financially, and the divorce rates means she's able to do and say and use her body any way that she wishes to. So when men come and try to shame women for bodies, you can't shame women for bodies, because most of these women are opting out of being married or in relationships. So you can't shame them by saying if you don't shut your legs, you can't get married. So it's not a matter of them being marriageable. Any person is marriageable if you want to marry them. You got to be the person that they want. I don't care how many bodies you got. Somebody's got to want you. And you got to want somebody, regardless. And most people don't know anything about the body, but he's going to say that. He's not going to say it directly like that, but he's going to say, oh, you're not marriageable. You don't have the right mind frame. No woman is signing up for the slavery, according to the women. I've been doing reports on women, and they say no. That's why they said it's slavery. And it's not just black women. It's Hispanic and it's white women. So it's women all across the board.
I just don't think that most women qualify for the wife role. I just don't, man. I don't see it. And number one, I mean, you can go at the most basic level based off of what she was saying in the video, and that most women don't want to change their lifestyle to reflect, actually being home or taking care of business. Like most people, they just want to keep doing whatever it is that they're doing, and then they just get the title to go along with it. Most women, I think, are selfish inherently. I think that they're groomed to be selfish. That's one of the things that's problematic in the culture, in American culture, is that a lot of women are taught to, like, if you ask a woman and you say, what's going on, what's happening with your relationship or whatever, or what are you looking for? They always say what they want. I want a man like this. I want him to make this amount of money. I want this. I want that. And it's nothing wrong with women having preferences. But the problem is that they never lead with what value they can add into a situation.
And that's the whole thing. This is where I don't agree. All people have value. All human beings bring value to a relationship. This thing that you bring, you don't bring enough value. The women are saying, you men don't bring enough value. Bringing money is not value, not the total package of value. You have to bring emotional labor, emotional maturity, a cooperative attitude, and loyalty. You have to bring these things. And most men, according to the women, have not been bringing these things, which means you're not you're not what she's looking for in a mate. So women are stepping back from the marriage vows until men get it, until they get the fact that they have to bring more than just money and provision. Provision is great, but all that unseen emotional labor that I have to do as a woman, it's not worth it, because I can make my own money and then I don't have to deal with any other human being. So it's not a matter of, okay, you're not ready or eligible to be a wife. Are you eligible to be a husband? And he can't address that because most men on here think that they're the best that can be done if they have a job, they're fit, and all of that. No, there's more to a relationship than that. Women are thinking, this is slavery time. Ain't nobody doing that.
In any situation, right? Whether you're networking, if you go on a job interview, you have to qualify yourself by saying, this is the value that I have into this organization, and that is why you guys should hire me. Marriage is the only situation, or relationship is the only situation where you can come in and say, this is what I want, but you don't have to give any return value. I just am what I am. Take me what I am. Don't matter what my background is. On a job, they're going to qualify you. You got to not have no felonies. You got to...
And you know that's disingenuous. You know that. That's the particular time frame between meeting and a marriage, or meeting and an engagement, where you get to know the person, where you get to know the value of the person, where you get to know where that person brings value. He keeps saying we just walk into a marriage and we get to have what we want. Everybody is proving themselves during the dating stage, during the engagement stage, up until they get married. Most people are proving themselves. Most people are putting their best foot forward when these things happen. So it's just it's just a lie. It's just a lie that he likes to say, but you know it to be true. Just because a man says it doesn't mean it's true. Stop it, ladies. Stop it, ladies. That's called hypnosis. Stop it. You know you have value. You know you can have value. You know what you bring to the table. Nobody's saying you bring a whole bunch of value. Nobody's saying that. What the women are saying is, men, you're not bringing enough value. You're not bringing the emotional labor piece. You're not bringing that. And you think that's okay. That's why a lot of women are opting out of marriage. 70% are leaving. Married women are leaving. That's why they're opting out, because these components are missing. Specifically, emotional maturity and loyalty.
You know what I'm saying? Have a degree. You got to have all of these different qualifications to get into the door to even be interviewed in the first place. But with marriage and a relationship, which is the most valuable and the biggest financial decision that you're ever going to make in your entire life, you don't have to meet any expectations. Just every woman deserves love. Every woman deserves a man that wants to marry. Don't matter what you did in the past. Don't matter whether or not everybody fuck. Just move to a new city. Skip it. New city, new me. And so I just don't believe that most women qualify for marriage. And I think that most women know that they don't qualify, but they still fucking around and playing the game. I think that most women are scammers. Like we need to, the same way that we identify people that take money in communities and don't return value, I think that we need to start identifying women as scammers that get with men that they know that they don't qualify for, and they really they earn his life.
All women aren't like that, though. Not everybody's like that.
Oh, Megan.
I'm being serious. I'm not selfish. I take care of my husband. I make sure he has everything.
See, one woman that wants to push back, one woman that wants to have a real conversation, one woman who wants to have real conversation, she knows she brings value. She knows that. So you're not going to gaslight me into thinking that I don't. Every person brings some kind of value to a relationship. Women are just saying, and the reason why they're not getting married is that men need to bring more value.
I'm not like that.
Megan, I don't want you to make it personal. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't use your personal situation, because then I would have to deep dive into what your life is like, right?
Okay. Most women are, Megan. Most women are selfish. Most women file for divorce They all think it's peaches and rainbows. As soon as things go wrong, they're out the door. They're out the door because I'm bored. I'm bored.
Wait a minute, hold on. Stop that, fella. You see, this is what I don't like. I don't like women falling into that trap of agreeing with men because you're male identified, and a lot of y'all are male identified. I just happen to not be male identified like that, okay? But she's a male identified, and she's falling into the trap. Oh, women are selfish. Really? Really? When we have a whole shitload of women on the internet and TikTok and all that other stuff talking about there's no emotional safety with a man because X, Y, and Z. Come on now. All these women on here are not saying the same thing. You don't see men on there crying about emotional safety, do you? Because he's not the one providing the emotion. She's the one lacking that. Nobody's saying in any other way, if that man would provide certain things or this emotional unseen labor that women are begging for, they might have a shot of staying married or being married. But most men don't want to provide that. So therefore, this is how marriages are ending. I'm not saying it's a totality of why they're leaving. I'm saying it's a big part of why women are leaving. And it's not women are not marriageable material. Women are marriageable material. They just don't want to be married, so they understand that and they accept it and they move accordingly like they're single. That's all.
They're at the door because I'm no longer happy. And that is one thing that's different about the Western community and the Latino community. My parents are now divorced, but in the Latino community, that's down upon. That is frowned upon. That divorce, you don't ever get divorced. Remaining the bloodline is key. You will never hear, well, I wouldn't say never, but for the most part, you don't hear Latino women say, I'm going to leave my husband because I'm not happy anymore. I'm going to leave my husband because I'm bored. I'm going to leave my husband because, well, my best friend, her husband cheated on her. So now you going to cheat on me. So I'm going to leave you before you get a chance to cheat on me. Just like my best friend. No. Most women are selfish. Most women leave when things get rough. And men stay. Men want to stay. So I disagree.
They don't give a damn. They just gonna keep going on whatever. She mad, let us in the corner for, however long. She gonna get over it. Like, men are so logical.
Man,
like Selena?
Yeah.
So they don't leave because they understand. I don't know if they just give up, like fuck it. But they don't leave because, they be in exploration mode. So
I think that most aren't ready to be married because they don't want to do, cooking, cleaning, the basics that you would do, for your family.
Every person understands how to do the cooking and the cleaning and the basics. The point is it a shared workload? That's the thing. Is it a shared workload? And that's kind of bogus that you being Hispanic and you talking about woman or refrigerator. That's cold-blooded. You do your own people. But then I can tell you kind of a mammy. So it is what it is. You trying to win favor. Do your thing.
For a household, for a marriage. But I think social media is the main issue because we think that the grass is greener on the other side, or I got 150 dudes in my DMs. And I think it gives a false illusion of what we think is, I guess, available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's social media really the factor when it comes out of women.
Yeah.
They think the grass green. They got so many likes in their comments. They think that every guy on that they like and they want to take them serious. No, they're just trying to fuck. So they're not understanding. It's just a life. But yeah, they probably.
Oh, go ahead.
You good? You good? My bad.
No, I didn't mean.
No, you good. You good. No, you good. You good.
Okay. You guys are saying women have a delusion of what they qualify for because of what they pay attention to in their inbox on social media. When we say social media, do we mean like dating apps or do we mean like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok? Because I don't know that side of dating. So I'm just trying to understand, because to me, what I'm also getting into, it sounds like these are super young women. Because if you are giving yourself a delusion that you qualify for a certain type of man based on a superficial interaction in a DM, you gotta lack some maturity. For me,
it's not a young woman. It's not young.
So Jazz, you have a high level of confidence in a good way because you're beautiful. Now everybody has that, Jazz. You understand that? You got women who are in their late 30s, 40s. They get for example, when Steph Curry wife said what she said.
I was just about to say that. Mm-hmm.
She ain't no young person. I mean, she's young, but she's not no 20-year-old. She literally said, I want men to desire me like women desire Steph. And she already got the ring. Like, young people are living, that's how they thinking like that, man. Like, the young thing is not there. You got 40-year-old. My DM.
But is that the same thing? Does she say she wants attention from men in her DMs? Or just like outwardly? Or doesn't matter?
Well, that was just I understand why people were upset because Stephen Curry's wife said that. But I'm sure she regretted saying that because he got so much backlash and she probably shouldn't have said it. Or she should have said it a different way. But the whole point is, a lot of people think they got more options than they do. Most people don't have that many options. Just because you don't have that many options doesn't mean you settle for whatever the options is there. Maybe you don't want those options. There's a whole host of things. The whole point is women didn't have the options and choices that they had 20 years ago that they got right now. When these ladies were born or they were young girls, they did not have the options. I did not have the options that they have now. Travel the world, meet a person, see a country, see all these things ahead of time, talk to people, foreign, domestic, the whole nine. The point is, the more you know, the better you do. I understand the world a little bit better. I understand this X, Y, and Z. So I want to go see it, explore it, find myself. Women are opting out of getting married because they're trying to find themselves. Not that they're not marriageable, not that they don't want to get married. They just want to find out who they are before they get married. Some people don't want to get married. Some people understand the whole dynamic. But you can't fault them for trying to find themselves before they get married. Why would I want to get married to a woman who doesn't know herself? 9 times out of 10, she's going to leave to find herself if she don't know herself now. I'd rather her find herself now. And then 5 years later, have you did everything that you needed to do? Do you understand yourself better? Do you understand the choices that you're going to make? Do you understand the choice? It's not considered a choice if you do it because society says you have to do it. Okay? That's all I'm saying. It's not a choice. These women should have the choice. That's all these young women are doing out here. They're looking for choices. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's all different types of ways in which people move, people date, people get to know each other. The marriage rate is what it is. It's been going that way for a while. It has nothing to do with feminism. It has to do with the fact that people have options. When people have options, they exercise those options. Like y'all said, Kevin Samuels, he said he gonna exercise his options. Women have options too. So it's not a matter of, oh, she's not marriageable. No, she's saying you as the man is not marriageable. She's saying you're not marriageable. That's why she's not marrying you. That's why the rate is down. Because I'm not saying yes. She's not saying yes to marriage. It's not, and that's the big fallacy that I want to bust the bubble. I don't want to bust the men's bubble, but your bubble needs to be busted with this. Women are not, the marriage rate is down because women don't want to marry you all. They have options not to marry you all. They have options to find the man that they want. That's why the marriage rate is down. Now you got to figure out why they decided they weren't going to marry Joe Blow. Why isn't Joe Blow good enough? Job, washing your ass, being nice. Apparently you got to do more than that. I don't know what, but you got to do more than what you've been doing. Because they not coming to the table.